Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Louis, and this is another segment of the Daily Article brought to you by Real Productions. Now, basically, what we do here is cover news articles and anything that pertains to the market, sometimes even politics or things like world news that might shake up the market. So, there was some news that came out yesterday, and I was hoping to get more information on it from other people, but I had to just go and do the research myself, which I recommend you guys do. I will give you what it is right now, but let's check out these markets really quick. So right now, it looks like the fear and greed was still neutral right now. We had a little bit of a pullback. We were dumping pretty hard and fast, but it slowed down. Bitcoin retraced about, I think, 114, 115 and came back down. Ethereum sitting at 4,200. Now it looks like XRP is dropping past that 290 threshold. And yeah, so it's a perfect opportunity to load up on your bags, not financial advice. But let's get into this amazing information I have for you guys today. So basically, Ripple becomes a founding member of the crypto's first real-time crime response protocol. And this is amazing. There's a lot of BS out there about Ripple when it comes to people and how they don't trust Ripple because they have most of the XRP in the locked up, escrow account, yada yada. My point being with this is when you have a company whose their first thing in the game was to work on payments, okay? And I think they're doing a great job at that. Now there's all these other things that they could be working on, and I think they are now. But it is one of those things where when you have a, a, a company like Ripple, when you have a cryptocurrency like XRP, which is tied to Ripple, remember two separate things, and they are part of the first real-time crime response protocol, that should let you know enough. Okay, a lot of people say, oh, yeah, Ripple's going to get a lot of the money. That might be true. Ripple might get a little bit of the money, but at the end of the day, they are a major player in this game. Okay, let's move on. So basically, they posted this on their Twitter, or X, we should call it. I still call it Twitter. I'm old school. But basically, yesterday, August 20th, today is the 21st, but early in the morning. That's why you got to wake up and look at some of this stuff early in the morning, y'all. But basically, you guys can watch the video here. I don't want to get no strikes and anything like that. So go ahead, go to their X, watch their video. Okay. So basically, it's from TRM Labs. So if we go over here to TRM Labs, we can see what they do. This is my first time hearing about them. So I'm just gonna keep it real. But basically, you can see the major players here. And then you can go to companies, partners. I kind of looked around. You know what I mean? I didn't do too much, but I just understand that they're leaders in crypto compliance and investigations and stuff like that. Like I said, this video here tells you everything. It talks about the wallet. They track the wallet, and that's why a lot of people think like I love the maxis, but Bitcoin was always traceable. Period. Maybe the technology wasn't there for some of us to trace this stuff, but it's always been traceable. Okay, always. There's no such thing as untraceable. But anyways, so next article I have for you guys today, and this is good for players who don't have a lot of capital and just want to invest in some of these newer assets that are hitting the markets. But a DBS bank rolls out tokenized structured notes on Ethereum, and we kind of already knew this. The RWAs are a major thing right now, but basically, structured notes have traditionally required a minimum investment of around 100,000, make them accessible mainly to high net worth investors. But now reducing the threshold by tokenizing the instruments to 1,000 units. And that's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, like we do not understand the future we're moving into. Like some of our capital is going to be a major player in this game. Our quote unquote pennies and stuff like that, that's all going to mean something in the future. Because if we're able to invest in $1,000, units instead of this $100,000 unit, which none of us have, this can open the doorway for a lot of people to become, financially independent. So yeah, look at these opportunities. They're all around us. Okay. Now on to some other crazy news. Remember, always do your research. Even when I cover these articles, still do your research. Go and check them out, look at them. But basically, Kanye West launched a token on Solana and in a frenzied debut. But basically, YZY surged to a multi-billion-dollar valuation within an hour of the launch before tumbling. The token is framed as part of a broader. So basically, this coin is going to be used for his Yeezy YZY money payment ecosystem, basically. But the data shows that 70% of the supply sits in a single wallet, raising centralization concerns. So yeah, just know what you're getting yourself into, and there is money to be made out there. If you knew about this drop right away, you got in and got out, you probably washed your hands clean and moving on to the next thing. But yeah, there's always opportunities out there. Just always do your own research. I'll be back later with another video. Appreciate y'all. Stay blessed.